and then we'll have time for questions, inshallah. So our next speech is Localization and Extraction of Qur'an Verses Using Computer Vision by Dr. Abdulrahman, Salama. So could I please ask Abdulrahman to introduce yourself briefly, and feel free to present within 12 minutes, inshallah. Tfaddal.
All right, assalamu alaikum. My name is Umar Siddiqui, and I was working with Brother Abdulrahman Salama, Professor Mohamed Ali, and Brother Adel Sabour on localizing and extracting Quran verses by using computer vision. So first, I'd like to go over why are we doing the project. So inshallah, it's our goal to have every narration of the Quran to be digitized, available on the internet with the same functionality as the Hafs narration. Alhamdulillah, there are even websites that can detect the words that you recite and even the tajweed for Hafs, but this isn't available for any other narration. And so we just want to have that sort of availability. And then as well to do numerical analysis of the Quran on other narrations. Alhamdulillah, we have people in the community doing numerical analysis in Hafs, but this isn't available with the other narrations. So inshallah, being able to do this and look at the ayahs more closely, we'll be able to do this numerical analysis as well. So as you can see over here on the left hand side, we have a page of Surah Al-Fatiha from Hafs and a page of Surah Al-Fatiha from Duri. And as you can see, there are different counting schemes. And there are different ways ayahs are identified. And because of this, we cannot just use the same bounding box for an ayah across narrations. We're going to have to use different ones per the image and per the narration that we're looking at. And so first, this is what we are basically doing. We have the neural network that finds the ayah verse marker and the surah header. And so we have the neural network to identify these, and then we use iterative logic to then create the bounding box. So this is just the system architecture from a high level. So we give the training data to the module, and then once we do this, we run inference on the entire Quran. We output in the COCO format, and then we use iterative logic to create the bounding boxes for each verse. And so now, inshallah, I'll be going more in depth into that. So first, we're going to have the data collection. And so we use this labeling tool to create the training data. And for this case, we only have 15 images of training data for each verse mark and for each chapter heading. And we output this in the COCO format. And this COCO format is actually good for small data sample sizes such as this. And then once we do this, we put the training data into this faster RCNN neural network, which is from the Detectron-2 library. The Detectron-2 library is from Facebook that provides a set of neural networks for various computer vision tasks. So we use this data to fine-tune this pre-trained model utilizing transfer learning, and this is run on a region propulsive network, which makes it easier and faster for object detection. And so once this is done, then we run inference on the entire Quran for every single page and every single ayah. And then after that, we use iterative logic to create the bounding box. So as you can see over here, it identified the ayah, the verse marker over here and over here. And then it just fills in the gap, creating a bounding box for that ayah. And then once we have this, then we output this in an Excel sheet format. So then it can be easily viewed and used by different UI applications for the specific image that it is used. And so there were some challenges when we were doing this and creating the output. For example, Surah Tawbah, we knew that this would be a problem as there is no basmala at the beginning. And then Surah Al-Fatiha, and along with the first page of Surah Al-Baqarah, it has a unique format in respect to the rest of the Quran. And then over here in this other narrations in Surah Al-Muddathir, we couldn't identify the verse marker. But alhamdulillah, we were able to overcome all this by adding more logic to the code and adding more training data to make the neural network even more stronger and better at detecting the different verses. So here's some example output. Here's the first page of Surah Al-Fatiha. And as you can see, all the different bounding boxes are correct. And then we have Surah At-Tawbah, like I mentioned before, even with the lack of Basmala, all the ayahs correctly have the bounding box. Over here, we have just a random page of the Qur'an, full on text, and all the bounding boxes correct. And then finally, we have a different page of the Qur'an in which the Basmala occurs in the middle of the page. And even though it occurs in the middle of the page, the ayahs from the top and underneath are all correctly detected. And we found that there was 100% accuracy once we ran the neural network and after we did the inference. And so here is the website, QuranResearch.org. And like we mentioned earlier, we did this so we can have more different narrations on the website. And so this is a new version that's going to be coming out soon, inshallah. And so here's an example of work. And here you see the ayah and the text play on the side. And this is for numerical analysis of the Quran. And so inshallah, some future work that we hope to have is have other websites offer other narrations. Right now, this is currently on the Qur'an research, but inshallah, other websites also offer other narrations. Another goal is to verify other Qur'an publications. We were looking at Warsh al-Nafi', one narration, and at the end of the Qur'an, it mentioned that there's 6,214 ayahs. And in the but after we ran it through the module, we found that there's 6,218 ayahs. If anyone knows the reason for this, that'd be very useful. But I was thinking we can use this to verify other Quran publications that come out. And then using the same architecture, we can retrain the model instead to look at Quranic text and then look at the different letters as there are different fonts and as such. And so that could be very useful for more analysis and more verification into the future, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairah.
Thank you so much, Umar Siddiqui, for your